Welcome to The Taxman Show. We ask the questions to get all of your accounting, tax, and small business questions answered. Now here is your host, Albert Taxman Corey.
Hey everybody, my name is Albert Corey from Corey & Associates Accounting and Small Business, where every day we come on and we ask the questions to make sure you get the best tax refund, to make sure you get your business saves money and time on building your business and making your business run smoothly. Today we're going to talk about asset protection. How asset protection and liabilities is why you open up your business under a corporation or LLC. It's very, 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 very important that you do this. Why this is important? Because when you're a sole proprietor and something goes wrong, they can sue you personally. What does this mean to the average person? So you open up a company or you start doing work for somebody as a contractor, as a person, something goes south, they can now sue you. They could take all the money you have in the bank, they can go and sue you, take away your car, and they can go and try to take away your house. They could take away anything and everything you hold when you do it as a sole proprietor, which means you never wanted to open up a company, you did it yourself. And now, to avoid this, you then open up a corporation or LLC. A corporation or LLC is designed to make sure that that you'll be safe. You should be safe. Reason is when you open up your corporation or LLC is where they put a wall. When you open it up, a wall goes around all your personal life. So meaning that they cannot come after your personal bank account. They cannot go after your car. They can't go after your house. They can only take the value of the company. That's right. So whatever you have in the bank, okay, whatever the assets of the company is, that's all they can take from you. Now, this could be very important because here's the example I use a lot. So if you're a painter, all right, if you're a painter, right, and you're painting a building and you spill paint on a Mercedes-Benz, right, a $100,000 car, and it's a $10,000 paint job to fix. Well, if you're a sole proprietor, they can now go sue you. They can go sue you and try to get the money out of your personal account. They can go sue you, and if you own a house, put an attachment on your house so that whenever you try to sell your house, you can't take that out. Obviously, there's things called homestead, but they could still try to put an attachment. All right, they could still try to get it. Now, when you have a corporation, remember we're talking about put a wall, they cannot come after you. All right, because it's the wall. They would have to find a way to pierce the wall, meaning they have to find a way to chip on it. So if your company is set up right, you have a bank account, okay, you have a business bank account, okay, then they can't touch you, which means they can't come back after you. I can give you another good example about liabilities. Another important reason about how it's important is liabilities. So I'm going to give you an example, right? You charge up a credit cards under the company. The company goes south. They can't come after you. Here is an awesome example from my neighbor who has a store next door to me in my tax office in Hialeah. They opened up a dress shop. All right, chances are she signs a 36-month lease for the owner. All right, now something happens, all right, that she's no longer there. Okay, the store is not open, the store is sitting there. All right, she's not paying the rent because we saw the other day, not being nosy, I saw a notice for an eviction. So here's the key. If it was put under somebody's personal name, your name, the owner can come back, okay, the owner can come back and try to sue you to get those 3 months rent out of you. That's right, because he's going to sue you. He's going to try to get that money out of you. But if you're a corporation or LLC, they can only take the assets of the company. So that now when they go to court and try to recover for lost income, if you have an LLC and you didn't do nothing, all right, if you didn't do nothing, then they can't come back. The owner next door cannot come back and try to get the money away from you because it's the LLC. It's going to be hard to pierce it. The only differences on the scenario is make sure if you open up an LLC, you then send the papers out so that you're not a single member LLC. Okay, you make sure you do a tax return with 2 members. Why? Because on a single member LLC, okay, they're going to go and might try to subpoena your tax records. All right, which means they're going to try to get your tax records. So on a single member LLC, the company doesn't do any returns because it goes back to your personal return on a Schedule C. So they can still try to come after you. But if you are a full corporation or a sub S company, they can't come back after you. And that could be pretty important. All right, this is one reason why you open up a corporation. All right, so they can't come back after you. That's one of the really, really big problems. You run up a bunch of credit cards because you bought all the equipment, or you, like the lady next door, she had all this dress, inventory. If she would have put it on a company credit card, they can't come after you. All right, and that's the reason. That's the simple reason. Obviously, if you have any other liability and legal questions, consult your lawyer. We are doing it from a tax perspective. The topic today was asset protection and liabilities. Why you open up a corporation. And let me recap it real quick. We got a couple of minutes left. Before is asset protection means is once you open up your corporation and done right, or an LLC, they can't come back after you personally. And liabilities, pretty much it goes back to the same thing. If something happens, like you're a painter, or something happens and you poured paint or you did something wrong, they can't come back to you personally and come after you. Well, my name is Albert Corey from Coyne Associates Accounting and Small Business. Remember, sharing is caring. We're on all social platforms. And if you have any questions or comments, you can always put it below. If you're on Facebook, if you're watching this on some of my other channels, you could always email us at albert@1040w2.com. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to The Taxman Show. If you have any questions, please leave it below or email it to albert@1040w2.com. Remember, sharing is caring. Please follow us on all social media platforms.